Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am here today with another Hobby Hoppers video as part of my little Halloween series I've got going on here. So this is the card we will be making today. And it's funny because as I'm doing the voiceover, I actually don't know what the card is going to look like. So this is what I'm planning on playing with today. I did just check the Hobby Hoppers website, as I do just before I make any project, to see what is in stock, to see what I can play with, to see what other old sets that Trish has in stock that I might be able to add to today's project. And while I did notice that a lot of the Halloween stuff is already sold out, there is a restock happening soon at the time of this video. And so I thought I would play with a mix of old and new that are available in the shop as I'm making this video. So that is why you see these older Halloween add-ons. I've got the Perfectly Wicked add-on, the Fantastic Friends, as well of course as the Perfectly Wicked stamp set and the Fantastic Friends. I'm not sure which of these I'll be working with today, but you'll already know because you've seen the thumbnail and the picture at the intro to this video. I've also got the Build a Cauldron set out. The Sweet Spiders might be sold out on the website, but I know it's coming back, and I thought some of these might make some cute little additions to the background. I guess we'll just see what I come up with. I'm really keen to use my Spiderweb Backdrop die, so I'm really wanting to use this in the background. I might make a pattern background of our own today. We'll see how we go. I've got my favorite alphabet die set, and of course my large stitch rectangle that I use for almost every background. I've also got my iced coffee and I am ready to get started and see what we come up with today. So I was just going through my stash and I think I might be leaning a little more towards a pastel color scheme again this time. So what I've got here is a piece of purple cardstock for my Aussie followers. I grabbed that from Kmart in a stack of pastel rainbow cardstock, and I've also got this rainbow dot paper from Rainbow Ever After, the little pack by Fawn, and I think they might go well together. I might use my stitched rectangle for this one and cut my spider web from this purple. Okay, so I've just gone through my stash again and I've decided no, I do want to do pastel, but I don't want to do kind of rainbow pastel, pink pastel. I think I might go an orange from this old pack. I've got the Stripes and Sprinkles petite paper pack, and I might cut my spiderweb out of black instead. We'll see how that goes. Maybe grey, I don't know. I'll see what I come up with. But for now, I'm going to set that aside and decide which stamp set I'm going to use. So what I've got here now is my medium banner die, and I'm going to use the Happy Halloween from this set because I'm just noticing in my other sets that I have, there is no big plain Happy Halloween. There is one there, but I think that's going to be a little too big for what I'm going for today. I want the skinny writing, so I think that will look really cute. I'm going to cut this out of some white cardstock and I might stamp it in an orange that matches the background. I've just discovered in the stamp set that Happy and Halloween are two different stamps, which is great if you want to play around with positioning, but I was just hoping for a straight Happy Halloween that now I have to try to line up carefully. I'm not stamping this one centered because I actually want to trim off a little bit more of the edge of this one. Let's see, and just hope for the best, eh? Okay, we'll give that a go. This is the color that I'm going with. I think it might go nicely with this background. So there is my Happy Halloween banner and I am very happy with that. So I finally decided which stamps I'm going to use today, and I'm going with the Perfectly Wicked. I just love these kitty cats. I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I think the colors of maybe a range of grey cats would go really well with the black and orange. For colouring today, I have a mix of Copics and then just a couple of regular alcohol markers to fill in the gaps that I don't have for some of the colours that I need. I'll be keeping it fairly simple. I've got pink for rosy cheeks, and I think I'm ready to get started. I just realised I have forgotten a couple. I'd also like to use some brown shades for things like the spoon and the stool, so I'll grab them too. So these are the browns that I'll be using. I did notice in my last video that my hand is in the way so much when I colour in, and that is just because I am so out of practice with making cards and filming in a way that you can see everything, or crafting in a way where someone else can watch what I'm doing. Usually I wouldn't mind so much that my hand's in the way, but I know that you won't be able to see it, so I do have to hold everything completely different to how I normally would. And while we're getting some colouring done, I guess now is the perfect time to talk about Hobby Hoppers. So I have been a magic maker for Hobby Hoppers for some time now, and it is so much fun showing off all the products art that Trish stocks in her online store. My favorite is obviously the Lawn Fawn, and this is the shop where I grab all of my new release items from, as well as so many other things, like my Jelly Roll pens, my Lawn Fawn papers as well when they come in, washi tapes, so many washi tapes, and not just Lawn Fawn ones either. There is heaps in the store that you should check out. I will leave the link to the Hobby Hoppers shop and everything that I'm using today in the description box. So what I'm doing here with my colouring is the same as always. I just use a light colour to colour first, then I go in with a darker one for some shadow, and then kind of colour over that again just to get a nice little blend happening. It's really not that complicated, but it does look really nice. I'm leaving this little guy's ears white so that I can add pink to them a bit later. And I might bring the camera down a little bit so that you can see me colouring at a different angle. Okay, with all of them coloured, I am now going to add some white highlights with my Jelly Roll pens. So now that they're coloured in, I'm going to cut them out, and lucky, when I did purchase this one, I also purchased the matching dies. So past me was thinking about future me and how many times I thought I would use this stamp set. And I'm very glad I've got it because these are pretty intricate things to cut out. I'm going to die cut all of these now and then we'll start assembling our scene. Okay, so having a look at this backdrop, I don't think I'm going to need to go overboard and put glue on every little bit of this. I will do some of my tape runner all around the edges and probably in the middle just to hold it down, and I think that'll be enough. What I love about all the Lawn Fawn things is that these backdrops match up to the stitched rectangles perfectly so that everything works so well together. I just feel like it's such a clever thing to do. And then it only comes down to something like human error, step error, when they don't line up perfectly. I am very happy with that. I think that is very, very cute. With my sentiment, I'm going to add some foam circles to the back just to prop it up a little bit. I'd love some dimension up the top. Before I stick this down, I'm going to add some double-sided tape to the back of this so that it is ready for our card base. Now it's time to start setting our scene. So before I stick everything together, I am just going to set up little bits of my scene individually to make it a bit easier when I am playing around with placement. So this little kitty cat is going to sit on top of this stack of books, and he's going to be holding this little potion bottle. And he's going to be tipping it upside down, and that is why I coloured it that way instead. This little one over here is going to be standing up on this stool, and he's going to be holding the spoon. I like doing this so that now I can decide if I want to add dimension to them as one big piece or if I want to keep them flat. I'm a little undecided right at this minute. I do have some foam bits and pieces on the back of the cauldron. Now I'm just going to play around with their placement. And I am a little worried that the little things in their hands won't be seen if I have them right up against the cauldron. So I'm thinking of kind of layering it a little bit like this. And I still think that'll look very cute. What I am certain of doing right now, though, is adding some of these little potion bottles up the back behind my sentiment. And now I think I'm pretty happy with where these kitty cats are going to go, so I'm going to stick them down too. I'm also saving just a few things to put inside the card. I think today I'll pop a sentiment on the inside. And what I have realized just now is that I haven't added anything to my spider web, so I'm going to do that right now before I stick everything down to make it a bit easier for me. I do own 2 Wink of Stella pens. I have a clear one and a white one. I actually bought the white one by accident a long time ago, thinking it would be, silly me, the same as clear, which we know in the craft world that is completely different. And I don't really have a use for this one very often. So I think today putting some white on the spider web might make it stand out a little bit more, make it super sparkly, and hopefully it'll work. As you can see, it is already drying pretty white. Now that I'm seeing it, I don't know how to feel about it and if I like it or not. So I'd love to know in the comments what you think of this. Should I have just gone with the plain clear? Does the white look good? I don't know. I am in 2 minds about it. I know it'll look pretty and sparkly, but I also think the black looked really pretty. Maybe this pen just has no place in my craft stash. Okay, looking at it, it kind of doesn't look too bad. I'm still undecided. I just don't know. I really don't know. I'm also thinking of going over it with my clear as well to make it super sparkly, which I think I will like even better. I am liking that much more, and I don't know if you can see that it is shiny. Okay, I'm going to give that a second to dry, and then I'm going to stick my pieces down. So for the sentiment on the inside of this card, I'm going with something super simple. I'm using the sentiment, "You're so special to me." I'm not going to fuss too much about how it turns out. There we go. And then on the inside of the card, I'm just going to add these little leftover pieces that I coloured in. Now that the front of this is dry, I can finish assembling my scene. I'm not going to push that down just yet. I just want to make sure that I'm happy with the placement of everything else. Okay, I think I am happy with that. Now I just need to flip this over and adhere this to my card base. And there we have it. There is our Halloween card. Another Magic Maker project for hobby hoppers. I would love to know what you think about it in the comments below, and maybe what you would have done different with the background. I quite like how it turned out in the end, and I hope you do too. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see what I make next. The link to the Hobby Hoppers website and everything else that I used today will be in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.